I'm going live. I know it's Friday evening. Some of y'all ain't gonna be on YouTube, and YouTube does a sucky job at notifying that I'm live. So yeah. All right. So let me, before I even start or before I say anything, let me make sure there's at least a few people on here. Hey. I hope everybody's enjoying their Friday. It's 5:30 p.m. here, so for some of you, it's already like in the evening time. So your day is probably over for the most part. So I just want to do like a quick collective read. I was going to do all the zodiac signs, but I'm like, no. I know my energy level right now. It's not in a place to do all 12 signs right now. But I did want to at least give you guys a collective message. So I feel like there is a message for those of you, like, this is what came to me earlier today. This morning when I was like sitting with myself, and I told myself I'm going to the park this week. Like, I finally went to the park. Finally, like, I had an opportunity to go sit and meditate, take my singing bowls with me, play my flute and stuff, like just get myself in that place and journal. And one of the things that I wrote down was that I wanted, like, during this season, Aries season, because Aries is represents the first house, represents the I am. One of the biggest things that I feel like that as a collective we'll be dealing with is identity. And, you know, dealing with a false sense of identity that we may have taken on, whether it's through, like, you know, seeking acceptance for other people, or if it stems from trauma or whatever the case may be, versus finding out what your true divine identity is. And one of the things that I made note of, I said, God, I want you to show me my true divine identity, whether you need to remind me or you need to unveil or uncover anything that I may be missing about my identity as far as who I am divinely, not what people know me to be, or not what I was taught to be, or who I think I should be, but who am I called to be? What is my divine identity? Like, you know, remind me or unveil parts of it that maybe I'm not seeing. And help me to fully walk in that and stand in it, you know, to where nothing or no one can shake that. So I feel like regardless if you have Aries in your chart or not, it doesn't matter. Just the first house energy represents self. And I feel utilizing this energy to seek that out, or maybe it's naturally happening to you. Maybe you're already in a place of really walking in that, or honoring it, or just coming into some type of truth of who you are truthfully, outside of what people told you you were, who you think you need to be, or titles and labels. What is your divine identity? Period. So, yeah. Who are you in your divinity? You know, because some of you guys, you played small for the sake of, you know, protecting other people's ego. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a part of you may say to yourself, I'm not going to shine as bright, or I need to dim my light, or I need to lower the levels, I need to turn. I love how, I don't know if you guys follow the Trap Witch on Instagram, but I love how she said, like, turning your volume down. Like, you feel the need to turn yourself down because you don't want to disturb other people. And it's like, you know, some people, they're not going to be able to handle your energy. And you being your authentic self, I'm not talking about you doing too much or just trying to be out there, trying to be seen, just, you know what I mean? Like, you know the difference. But where you are authentically yourself and you've downplayed it to the point of where you don't want other people to feel some type of way about it. You don't want people to think that you're thinking too much about yourself. And again, like, that comes from a concept of thinking or caring too much about what people think about you, to the point where you're dimming your light, to make other people's egos feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you can't authentically walk in who you are and who you're called to be when you're trying to fit into that mold. And for some of you, you guys are meant to be an example for other people, maybe, that are in that place where they're hiding in the shadows, where they feel like they're not good enough. Granted, there is a time where we're called to go into a hidden place, or spirit kind of keeps us hidden because, you know, we're not ready to fully step into our authentic self. Maybe we don't have the confidence, or, you know, we have some insecurities around it, or we still have things that we're cultivating within ourselves. But we're a work in progress even when it's time for us to shine. Like, you lead as an example, and you may have other people that wish that they had the courage or I don't know why I'm hearing the charisma, but it's really like people that genuinely are inspired by others, you know, spark them to be their authentic self. And then there's those that are intimidated by people that walk in their light, but you can't care about that. You can't do that, because that's a form of, it's kind of like dark energy for people to be intimidated by people being in their light. And sometimes it's just a trigger for someone to remind them, like, you're not fully walking in your light. So rather than feeling some type of way about someone else being in that energy, embrace your light. And for some, they want to dim your light because they have not yet found theirs, or they're too afraid to walk in theirs, or they're on assignment to keep you hidden, to keep you held back, to delay you. And that's a very dangerous thing. Like, not to get too personal, but I've experienced that from people that I thought cared about me, had my best intentions, really were just there they were sent to block me, sent to keep me in a place of insecurity. And I'll pour into you enough, but not to the point where you think that you're something. I want you to still think that you need me, or I still want you to think that you're less than me. And that type of connection, or those type of energies, are dangerous. Whether it's family, whether it's friend, whether it's a lover, those are dangerous people to have around you. Those are people sent on assignment. So, Holy Spirit, what is the collective message? What do you want me to say? Other than what I've said, what is the message that you have for the collective that's meant to receive this message? Okay. You have the Knight of Wands, Three of Swords in reverse, and the Two of Cups. Some of you, like, you question your value and your worth due to somebody that didn't. I'm getting like a romantic energy for some of you. Y'all know, I told y'all, like, if you've been on my channel long enough, I'm like Cupid. I don't know, like, spirit wants me to talk about love in some capacity. Like, love always comes out, whether it's about healing, shadow work, whatever, it just comes into play. But some of you guys are still healing from a relationship or connections where people did not value your energy. They didn't know how to. I'm getting like, maybe in your adolescence or your youth, for some of you, your first love could have very well been a fire sign, or your first could have been a fire sign. This person, they didn't have it within them to even connect with who you were. This person wasn't, maybe this person also too, for some of you, this person was scared. They were a commitment phobe, or they were afraid of vulnerability. For some of you, this could be a significant relationship that you had with someone, or a Leo, I'm getting, or a Cancer or a Libra person that just, they didn't hold the capacity to match you or meet you. And maybe you felt like it was something wrong with you, or something that you did. So maybe you internalized that a little bit. I'm getting like a stage where people are still trying to find their way, or still trying to find out who they are, or still young, still have life to live. So, this person wasn't mature enough to experience that love maybe that you desired, and maybe you weren't mature at the time either. So you have the Five of Pentacles. You felt rejected. So I say this all the time, like, rejection is natural. We've all been rejected to some capacity, whether it was something that we, an opportunity that we wanted, or relationship that we wanted, or whatever the case may be. We've all been there. The beauty of rejection is that at least you put yourself out there. At least you had the courage to do so, and at least you know the truth that whatever it was that maybe you were seeking, it's not for you, and there's something else that is better aligned for you, rather than internalizing it and woe is me and being upset with other people. And look at it as a blessing, because whatever it was that rejected you, it wasn't for you, period. You don't have to demonize it. It just means it just wasn't for you. There's something else. So I feel like there's this Aries energy, because the Three of Wands, or the Two of Wands, sorry, the two, the Three, and the Four of Wands is Aries energy. The Two of Wands is Aries, Sun in Aries. So we are in the Sun of Aries energy right now in the season as I'm recording this. So if you're watching this live, obviously, then it's Aries season. If you're watching this sometime later, maybe outside of that, the energy around what I just, what I was saying before I started pulling the cards was that this is a time of self. And there's a fine line between the false self, the ego self, the pride, the shadow side of Aries versus the true identity of self, and embracing that part of you. I feel this has something to do, like, one of the ways that you can step into your divine identity is being your authentic self and just living. When you think too much into things, and I'm not saying to be frivolous and to be careless with your life, what I'm saying is to be prudent with things, be mindful about where you're investing your time and your energy, thinking about your future, but you're still in the place of flow, and you're just being, and you're not caring too much about judgment of others, right? So the Two of Wands, this represents some sort of expansion. For some of you guys may feel like you're at a crossroads, and really what's happening is you're parting ways with what was, parting ways with maybe an aspect of yourself that you no longer resonate with, a part of yourself that you've outgrown, or you leveled up, or you've evolved past, into moving into new. And it's a little bit scary because it's like you're in between two energies. You're parting ways with what was into stepping into new, and you don't know what that looks like yet fully. You haven't stepped into this new environment, this new world of energy or vibrational energy. So it's like you don't really know how to take it, and that's fine because it's new, right? It might feel a little bit scary for some of you. Whoever it was that you feel like you were not enough for, they didn't have enough to give you. Okay, that's the thing. They didn't have enough to give, to share with you. It had nothing to do with the fact that you weren't enough. This person just didn't have enough to give you. Yes, Spirit is saying yes. It's confirmed. Yes. It's a message for the collective. Yeah, you got So Fresh and So Clean with the Soul Glow card. It's one of my favorite cards. So your energy, like, this is an opportunity for you to shine. You could be clearing your energy, or you've done a lot of healing work surrounding yourself and your identity. Yep, look. Self-reflection. Yes. Angelic intercession. And one of those things is saying no to things that, just saying no to what doesn't resonate with you, and saying yes to the things that you agree with. So you're knowing how to utilize that yes and that no. And maybe in ways it might be easier in other areas where it may not be easier in other areas. You're starting to utilize this. And I feel instead of externalizing your experience, externalizing your pain, or pointing the fingers of the blame, you're pointing that energy towards yourself with self-reflection. The angelic intercession card is that you have divine assistance, you have divine help. But some of you guys may have felt hopeless or helpless. Yep. You may have felt helpless or hopeless when it came to certain things. You feel like you couldn't handle it on your own, and Spirit stepped in, your spiritual team stepped in, your divine counsel stepped in. Yeah. Yep, you're healing. This energy right now is healing, and the healing process does not always have to feel like a chore. Sometimes healing is just being in that energy of choosing to be happy, choosing to be in a state of joy, choosing to embrace and say yes to the things that maybe you denied yourself of because you felt like you weren't good enough or you weren't capable of it, doing the very things that you fear, saying no to the things that you know don't feel right to you, knowing how to discern the difference between something that is a blessing versus something that's just an opportunity but may not be something that's really genuinely for you. You know, when you've evolved, when something comes, like let's say it's a love offer, right? And the love offer looks good on paper. This person, like, you know, they look good on paper, but there's something that's missing. You know, it's not it. Instead of being desperate and saying, well, at least somebody's paying me some attention. You know, this person got this, they got that. Even though I know that it's not it, I don't really resonate with this person. Let me go on ahead and just take them. You're like, no, I'm good. I'm going to enjoy my single season until the right thing comes. That's progression. That is very much so progression. Or if it's a job opportunity, something that's paying you, you know, it seems like everything that you want, but there's like, you know, but that's not what you want. You might be on a path where you're trusting or you're believing that whatever you're pouring into, like this career or this job or this thing that you're pouring into and investing into, is going to take off in its divine time for you to be like, okay, I know that this is available to me, this is on the table, but I'm gonna trust spirit. I'm going to leave my options open. It's like if you get a record deal, just because the first record label that wants to sign you doesn't mean that you should sign, right? You're going to shop around for the best deal. So what I'm getting is like, that's progression when you don't just say yes to anything. You take your time. You're not anxious. You're not desperate just to jump on everything or anything, especially if you haven't been guided to, or you don't feel that pull or that nudge or that guidance to do so. So intuition is everything too. Your intuition is everything with the Queen of Cups. Paying attention to your energy. Some of you guys are very sensitive to energy at this time. And that is a result of the clearing that you've done. The more and more you pour out and release the energies that are toxic to your energy, your body, even your physical body, or you remove yourself from distractions, or you remove people out of your life, or you pull yourself out of environments and situations, the more clearer you are, the more able the more sensitive your energy or your spirit is to energies, and you can sense things. And when you're out of certain chaotic energies or environments, or you stop talking to people, you're able to really hear yourself. You're able to really think and clear. That's one of the things I've learned. Like, I'm grateful for the people in my life that understand that I don't always be available. Like, I don't have to talk to people every day. I can still have a healthy friendship with some people and not need to be in your face all the time. But I do notice that when I do separate myself from certain energies or situations, I'm able to see things and people clear from that energy. Like, there's a reason why spirit will call you out of a certain environment, or tell you to stop listening to something or watching something excessively, or when you start like clearing your body of toxins, whether you're fasting or whether you're doing some type of cleanse to the body, you'll start to feel lighter and things become way more apparent and clear and very potent. Like I said, your energy is very sensitive. So during this time, it's very important. Like, naturally, when you're cleansing, you drink more water, right? So when you are eliminating or releasing toxic energies and thoughts and feelings or connections, you want to allow the space for new energy to come in, but you want to pour in positive energy, right? So whatever you're releasing, you want to pour in the positive, so that that capacity, that space is not just empty, but it's filled with the opposite. It's filled with light. I learned that from a deliverance book that I was guided to buy a couple years ago, when he was talking about when you deliver yourself from demonic energies, or you free yourself of spirits, right, or lower vibrations, whatever y'all want to call it, you always want to fill that space back up with the positive. So if it's like, I release the spirit of rejection, however you work through that, into I embrace my divine identity, or I embrace divine acceptance and self-acceptance, whatever resonates with you, right? So you always want to pour the opposite back in so that place is not empty and void, right? So I'm getting that as well. I don't know if that makes sense. What's at the top of the deck? The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands, in this instance, it could be, you know, known obviously as an opportunity or some type of action or some type of creative energy or creative thought. But in this instance, I'm getting this as like divine inspired, like a divine inspired action towards your path or initiating a fresh new start in your life. And it may not just be completely about you. It may be something that involves others or that is beneficial or helpful to others as well. You have to have the courage to do this or step out authentically. So this could like go back to purpose for some of you with the Nine of Wands. When I think of nines, I think of people that are humanitarians, life purpose. I'm also getting to Five of Wands. For some of you, if this does resonate as far as like being inspired towards like some type of goal or passion or some type of purpose where you know that it's going to be not just beneficial to you but other people, you are going to be met with opposition. You may even have people around you that don't really want to see this happen for you or do well. Yeah, this is an opportunity, or maybe this is already past tense. This is like something that has already come to pass, like a past recent past energy. The opportunity for you to release that and cut cords and ties with certain connections or situations or energies that don't serve you. Temperance. Yeah. So that you can heal. Spirit may be calling you out of toxic energies and environments, like I said, so that you're able to, Spirit is able to pour into you, take you out of certain things that don't serve you so you can be poured into. It's very hard to hear Spirit when you have the counsel of people, and definitely the counsel of people that do not serve you and don't have your best intentions. This is the sign of Leo. 5, 6, and 7 of Wands is all Leo energy. So when you're operating in Leo energy in a low vibration, it is very competitive. It is very self-centered. It's very egotistical, very prideful, very stubborn. They are fixed zodiac signs. So what you're dealing with in the lower aspect of it is stubbornness. So these people, if there's anyone around you that has that type of energy, these are dangerous people, because these are people that do not want to see you elevate. This is like crabs in a barrel type of energy. So this is potentially for some of you a heads up to remove yourself, right? There's a crown in the back. So there's illumination with your healing. See that crown? Literal a crown. I'll share this with you guys, because some stuff that I experienced, I'm not led to share with, you know, collectively and stuff like that. It's just meant to be between me and God. But when I was praying the prayer that I had today about my divine identity and embracing it and fully walking into it, so on and so forth, I seen a crown being placed on my head, like a literal crown. And I started to see like the gems that were put in. It was like actual gemstones put into the crown. So for you, and that could be metaphoric, like the stones specifically that were put in the crown. For me, I'm not going to say what they were, but it could resonate with you for some of you differently. And this represents you, your true identity, and also it represents your higher self, your higher consciousness, being of a divine mind, a kingdom-minded person. So you're not going to be able to think clear or see things clear when you're attached and connected to people that are not in that space, or they don't want you to get to that space or that level, right? You don't want to be surrounded by them type of energies or those type of people. Some of you guys, there's like 3 layers of healing that you're doing right now where you need that divine assistance, where you're not supposed to do it by yourself. You don't have to do it by yourself, but it's almost like it's something that is like above you. Like there's certain things that we can work through on our own, like certain levels of things, but then there's certain levels where it does require divine assistance, divine help. Like you can't do it by yourself. Or a simple, like some things are just simplistic, such as like saying a prayer or an affirmation, or um you know, just saying to yourself, you know what, I'm letting it go, I'm not even gonna worry about it. Like, it's not as simplistic as that. It may be literally that you're going to have to call for divine assistance, divine intercession, which I see here. It's like 3 levels or 3 layers of something here. I'm not sure what it is. It's different for each and every one of you. Remember, you have the divine intercession or the angelic intercession card that came out. So I feel like this temperance card kind of speaks of that. Let me see. Could be like for some of you, your root chakra, or maybe for some of you, if not your root, then your sacral. Some of you guys are working through sexual trauma. For some of you, like a blocked energy where you felt shame around sex or something. For some of you, again, your confidence with the solar plexus and the crown chakra is also coming up, or maybe even third chakra, third eye, your divine wisdom, your divine sight, your vision, the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Swords. Somebody like tried to word curse you when it came to your belief in faith, maybe in receiving that, knowing that you're loved, or that you are loved, or that you are lovable, you are worthy. Someone may have spoken over you or said something or implied, like someone that was verbally abusive or mentally abusive. Someone maybe that gaslighted you a lot. I'm getting a masculine energy. For some of you, it was like, if not a lover, if you are a feminine energy or a woman, then it was like a brother or some type of male figure that was maybe around your age at the time, or somebody that was like young when they said it at the time, or this could be someone younger than you, or someone that they're not in their right mind. There's someone that is very mentally immature, mentally unstable for some of them, that spoke some type of word curse over you that made you feel like you were unworthy of love. And when I say love, not just romantic love or partnerships, but like love from people, or that your family didn't care, or no one could ever love you, you're so difficult, or God doesn't love you, or you're this. It's like a condemning spirit, this person. Let me see. Queen of Cups came out again. So for some of you, like, this is also an attack on you feeling like you're worthy of authentic, true love, because maybe you experienced a very toxic connection with someone that was mentally like abusive and verbally abusive towards you, that said things to you that hit to the core. Because as someone that feels things very deeply, you're very sensitive to energies, or you're someone that loves from a very deep place, a very authentic, very pure place. Your love is very mature in a sense that even if you're a teenager, at the time you were younger, the capacity that you hold to love is very vast, almost very infinite. Like, it's almost an unconditional love in place, but you got to have the balance in that to discern and understand that not everybody is able to give what you give, or be accepting of what you have to offer. And I feel like this person was an angry individual. This is someone that's full of rage, somebody that is unstable, or did not have love, didn't receive love in their life, or someone that doesn't feel love themselves, that spoke these things over you. Okay, very sharp tongue, someone that just says things they know that's going to hit to the core. Like, they said things, they had knowledge of things, they knew what to say to you. This is someone that's very guarded, someone that does not accept and embrace their emotions. They're someone that is incapable of feeling love. This is somebody that I feel like is very wounded, so they feel like they need to protect themselves, and as a result of protecting themselves, they attack others. The problem is that they attack the people, the very people that mean them no harm. That's the bad thing about it. But some of them, they know what they're doing. They say these things without boundaries. So you may have internalized this very deeply. You've carried this energy very deeply. It could be a Scorpio. It could be a Cancer. For some of you, you've internalized this energy to the point where it's like they made you question whether or not you're worthy of love, but you are worthy of love. You've always been. It's your birthright. That cannot be taken, cannot be stolen from you. I'm going to share this real quick with you guys too, because this Lover's card is making me think of this. I remember when An ex of mine laughed at me when I said I was like, the reason why I was single at the time. I told him I was single because I'm allowing myself to just be with myself right now and allow myself to be available for the person that's meant for me. And he laughed at me and he was like, "Oh, you think there's a perfect man out there? No man is perfect." And I mean, that's true. But he was basically saying, he said, what did he say? I can't remember verbatim, but one of the things I do remember is like, "Oh, you think you're going to find a soulmate?" And he laughed at me. And he said that no man is faithful. No man is able to be monogamous. So it's kind of like trying to shoot down everything that I was standing on, because that's the type of dude that he is. He couldn't be faithful. He's not loving. He's not, somebody that is looking for their person. He's jaded. So it was like he was spilling and pouring that all into me. So if there's a doubt or question that you're deserving of true, authentic love, then I would say, like, you got to really honor the truth of what you know, like your true self. You don't need proof of that. Look, Spirit wanted me to, like, the deck just fell. You don't need proof that what you desire, that promise or love exists. Because that one jaded person, you got to protect your vision. You got to protect yourself. These are people that are sent to, attack you, make you question things. And if it's not love, like a partnership, then it's your soul's purpose, your calling, your identity. This is an attack on the soul. This is an attack on the heart chakra and the mind. Everything that you know, it's like this is an attack against that. So whoever this person is, you have 777 here, 7 of Wands, 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords. This is somebody that is attacking your crown chakra, which is why I said that there's levels to your healing that require angelic intercession. You have to protect yourself mentally. This is going to go over people's head literally, because your crown chakra or your mind is not clear. It's not in the right place. Some of you guys want to believe that the very person that you want to be with has your best interests or intentions. This person is very well manipulating you and keeping you and restricted from you finding true love. This person may not even want you to have that. This person may know that they're not the person for you. They may know that there's someone else that you're meant to be with. And their pride and their ego won't allow you to move on. They don't really know what to do with you. They know that they're not the one for you. They know that they're no match for you vibrationally. They're not on your level, but they don't want anyone else to have you. So they'll play with your mind. 7 of Swords, you see what he's carrying? He's carrying 5 swords, which is conflict, which is war, which is battle, and leaving 2 swords standing. Mental confusion. So this person is meant to bring you confusion. I don't know who this individual was. Maybe they're no longer active in your life, like not physically present, but maybe their energy, what they've said, still rings over your head. They were sent to bring you confusion. This is somebody that was no love to you. They were your enemy. This is somebody you love. They're cloaked in green. This is somebody that you see as like your lover, or you saw them as somebody that you loved. So it's like a past person or someone presently in your energy. You can't think clear. Yeah, karmic. Thank you, sis. Karmic energy. You can't think clear. You're not able to fully trust yourself because you're looking at this person from the eyes of love or from a place of compassion or empathy. But no, this person, you got to separate your emotions and see the energy for what it is. This is a deceptive person. They don't mean you anything. They don't mean you well. Okay? This is some of the, like, one of those people that maybe they're a little more strategic and not as combative. They might be the type that will post or send you messages at like a synchronistic time so you think it's meant to be. Like, this person plays games. Don't like this person's energy. They could be a fire sign, a water sign, or air sign. I'm getting a lot of air energy from this person, air, water energy specifically. So they could be like a water cusp or something, or somebody that has a lot of water or air in the chart, or this is somebody that is mentally and emotionally unstable. Yeah, this person is sent to attack you mentally, whether they know it or not. This person, they could be somebody that takes pride in their culture or their ethnicity or some type of spiritual, like some hotep type. Yeah, some type of hotep energy. Like, you know, they're into some type of spiritual stuff, but they're really, like, they use that stuff in a place of scholarship. Like, they carry it as a book of knowledge and something to flex and say, I know this and I've studied this. And but the truth is that this person is not, like, they're not a righteous person. When I say righteous, I'm not talking about like biblical, like people that are so-called religious or Christianity. I'm not talking about religious in that sense or righteousness from that sense, but a person that is of integrity. They don't have it. They don't have it. I just read a scripture today that, or it wasn't even a scripture, I think it was a prayer that I found today. And the parts of the prayer said, I would rather stand on the outside of the door waiting for you, God, than to be a part of the enemy's camp hidden in their tents. This person, I feel like, is on assignment, whether they know it consciously or not. This person means you no good, or this is somebody from your past. So your job is to eliminate that with the help of your divine team. Say, hey, like, God, source, my divine team, the heavenly angels, help me. Whatever it is that's blocking me from receiving truth or receiving the truth I need to walk forward on my path, or to see things as they are, to see my true self, my true identity, my divine identity, my true purpose, my true path. I ask you to expose these people and to eliminate these people out of my life. If I'm clenching my hands of it, release it. Release it. I give it to you. Reveal the path to me, and may I see it, and may I walk in it, and may I stand confidently in that. Because whoever these people are or person is, like, they've done a number on you mentally and emotionally. Because you do deserve happiness. You do deserve love. You are loved. You are loved. And it's like this person didn't want you to see that, or to feel that, or believe that somehow, or that you could do better than them. This is an angry person. Angry, or somebody that is angry at the fact that the truth is that you're not a match, that you actually are a level above. And it's not because you're better in a sense that, you know, you're a supreme human being, but from a state of your vibration is on a high vibration, and they're operating from a low vibration. So they've already lost in that respect. So them siding with darkness makes them an enemy to you, and also makes them not on your level. So there's a little bit of bitterness and resentment because this person knows who you are. They see your light, or at least their spirit or their soul knows who you are, and it intimidates them. Let's keep it 100. What's a queen or a high priestess to a knight and a page, or knights? They're all knights. So whether they're male or female doesn't matter. This is somebody that is not in the same court or same level of authority or the same level of regal. Like, your energy is regal. Your energy's in a higher regard. Whether it's because you respect yourself, you honor yourself, or you respect people, you have love in your heart, you're connected to source God, you have knowledge, sacred knowledge and wisdom, where you don't got to go to the books. You don't have to go to Google all the time. You just have that knowledge, that wisdom, where these people, they're like, well, I spend here and I look in these books and I do this and I do that and I study this and I went, like, or I have this and I have that, where you don't need none of that. It's within you. It's a divine right that you have. You don't have to do all of that. The High Priestess and the Queen of Cups, to me, represents the subconscious realm, the emotional realm, or the spiritual realm. Like, These are things that are internalized. These are things that are within. The knights are still trying to figure it out. The knights are still on a journey somewhere. And these two knights are the fastest moving knights in the deck. This is somebody that's moving fast to nowhere. Or they may think that they have something over you because of what they know, what they have. But the truth is that it's far more courageous and more powerful to be someone that is loving than it is to be darkness. It's easy to be an asshole. I always say that all the time. It takes nothing for people to be wicked, to be evil, to be backstabbers, to operate in that. But it's more courageous for a person to say, you know what, I can easily be bitter. I can easily be hateful. I can easily attack people. I can walk around and just make people's life a living hell because I feel like shit, than it is to say, you know what, I could do that, but no, I choose not to. I choose to level up and evolve past that. I acknowledge that I'm upset. I acknowledge that I've been hurt before. I acknowledge the fact that this person, I don't really like their energy too well. And I could be a straight up bitch or asshole to this person, but I choose not to. I choose peace. I choose my peace. I choose forgiveness. That's courage. And that's spiritual maturity. Most people don't even reach that. They can't do it. It's not in them. It's easy to be like, I choose war. I choose to be ass. It's easy to do that. It's easy. People see kindness as a weakness, but what they don't realize is that it takes great discipline for somebody to say, I can go off on you. I can go ham on you. I can whoop your ass right now, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. For what? That's pageantry. That is heathen behavior. And I'm better than that. It takes a lot to do that. That's why these people hate you. Or can't stand your energy rather than you personally. It's like they can't stand your energy. Because you won't play the game. You won't come back. You won't. So if you have already detached and you let go of something inevitably that needed to be let go of, because let's face it, like when you're attached to certain things that you care about and that you love, it's not easy to let things go. It's not. Especially when you've been done wrong or you feel like emotionally you've been slighted or you've been played. It's not easy. It's not easy. So I feel for some of you, this is like an energy of like a lot of healing, a lot of self-reflecting, but at the same time, this is like the goal or whatever the ambition is. It's because you want to be in a place of happiness and joy, and where your soul is at peace, where you know who you are with the so, like when I made this card, I don't know what made me put so fresh and so clean. Like obviously I was inspired by Outcast. And then you have the soul glow, which is the solar energy, the sun, the solar, your core, your soul. Being in a place of embracing that part of yourself, like it takes time to do that. It takes work to fully get to that place. But you'll start to feel the peace in knowing that your identity doesn't lie upon the things that other people have set for you or said you should be, or you felt like you weren't good enough because this is and that. But when you seek out your true self, your true identity in divine source God, is a peace in it because you know that that will always stand. Nobody else can take it nor give it away to you. No one can take it away. No one can give it to you. So then you start to like feel a little bit lighter. You start to feel a sense of peace and a sense of true acceptance. Fuck what the world thinks. Of course, yeah, we want our peers to respect us, to love us, to be a part of something. But if these are people that are not really meant to see you, then fuck them. Excuse my language. Forget them. They're not for you. They're not your people. Those that are for you will embrace you as you truly are. Will people take your crap, your bull? Like, no. People that genuinely care about you, they're not going to allow you to play yourself. They're not going to allow you to you know, dwell in dark energies and all of that, they're going to hold you accountable. They're going to give you tough love because they care about you. It's only those friends that are okay with you being mediocre, friends that are okay, or loved ones or family members, whatever, or lovers even, that's okay with you being mediocre, that's okay with you dwelling and staying in darkness or playing the game or doing what they want you to do. That's not the people that's meant for you. People that love you want to see them shine. It's far too many people that look at other people and say, like, oh, you think you're better. Is people supposed to just stay stuck and stagnant and never evolve, never grow, never master anything? They're just supposed to just stay at the level where they are? No. I let a lot of people hold me back in my life because I wanted to play small, because I didn't think I was good enough, and I questioned this, and I don't want people to think that I'm thinking too much of myself. No. I allow people, like, I allowed it. Like, I allowed it. Where I sat there and just let my life just be what it is, just be on hiatus, just float around or do things that I know I wasn't supposed to be doing. And by the grace of God and my peoples, my ancestors, I didn't stumble in too bad. Like, I've had some things happen to me, but thank God I'm still here to tell it. And certain connections or people that I loved or I thought that was for me or whatever the case may be, like, it hurts to learn that they're not for you. It does. But if this is my life, this is my journey, my path, I can't worry about what other people think. If you're not for me, why am I losing sleep over it? For what? For what? That's giving your power away. That's giving your God-given time away, that you don't have much time here. Today is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised. Allowing people that are not for you to live rent-free in your mind, people that are hurting you, people that are questioning you, doubting you, people that are second-guessing you, sleeping on you, playing games in your face. Like, who has time for that? Who has time for that? Embrace what is, like, divinely connected and true and aligned with you. It really, it seems like it's simple, maybe not so much, where we say to ourselves, like, you know, I really care about this person or these people and that, or I'm upset about it, than it is to say, F them, they ain't it. Let me allow my space to be open to who is and what is for me. It's not as easy, right? Because our hearts get attached, and, you know, the real test of it and the decision that you make that makes it a little bit easier sometimes is, do I love myself more than I love this person or the situation that I'm in? And I've had to do that with people, whether it was romantic or friendship wise, where I had to be honest with myself and say, do I value just the time that I spent with this person, or the memories or the potential of what I thought? Or do I really, like, am I seeing the truth of it? And do I love myself enough to say, I don't deserve this? I have to honor myself at the end of the day. I have to. I have to. So if it's not easy for you, you know something is toxic, or things or people are toxic for you, but it's like, well, what if I do this? Or I don't want to have to do that. It's not easy. Or you got to think about your well-being. And if there's children involved too, like, you got to think about the example that you're leading for your children. That was another thing too for me. Like, when I had to leave my daughter's father, because that was a situation that I, you know, went through a lot with, and I never thought that it would break up. I never saw myself leaving. That's just, I didn't have enough self-esteem. I didn't think too much of myself to even fathom that. Even though it was toxic, it was like I fought for it and tried to make it work, and we were toxic for each other. But I had to think about my daughter's well-being, and it was getting to a point where I started to wake up and, like, no, I deserve more than this. Like, I'm not happy. I deserve more. And that's what helped me to make the decision. And y'all know, when a Taurus, or maybe some of y'all don't, when a Taurus is done, we're done. There's no going back. we're done. Like, we will try, sometimes to our detriment, like letting people step all over us and love us and care. You know, like, we'll love and care for people that stepped over us, use us and abuse us, play in our face. Like, we know for a long time this shit ain't right, but we'll still try to stick it out. No, when we're done, we're done. That's a fact. We're done. There's no going back. So, free yourselves today. It costs you nothing to do that. It costs you nothing. Free yourself. Really. Because whoever you're attached to, see how this man in this card is, his tail is flamed and the devil is fueling him. If you look at this woman, she has fruits on her tail. The Leo switch. Never heard of the Leo switch. But there's someone that you're connected to that they're being fueled by demonic energy. And by you sticking to them, you're holding up your fruitfulness. You're holding up your abundance. You're holding up things like opportunities and blessings by being connected to this person. They mean you no good. None. Whether this is a romantic partner or somebody that you know, karmically assigned yourself to, that you feel like this connection, or or it's a job or something, whatever it is that you're spiritually attached to, or you've committed your energy to, or you're in some type of spiritual bind with it, get out of it. Break free of it. Because you see that although she has a fruitful tail, she's got devil horns. So it's like she's in the energy. She's aligned with it. She's aligned with this dark energy. Choose yourself. Whether you're male or female, this Empress card it represents love. It represents fruitfulness. Free yourself. Some of you guys have things that are delayed because of the people that you're connected to. You're pregnant with all these blessings, these gifts, these opportunities, these visions, these great things to come about, and it's blocked and it's delayed because of the people you're connected to. Period. Free yourself. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I'm about to hop off. This was a long-winded reading. I see why, because at first I was really debating whether or not I should do all 12 signs and like put the timestamps on each sign and all of that. But I was like, at first I thought I was going to do the collective reading first and then do the timestamps. But if I would have did that, we would have been on here for like an hour and plus, because of the 12 zodiac signs I would have to get through. Like, it would have been just too much for my energy right now, like just way too much. So I'm grateful that I didn't do that. So yeah, I will be doing the zodiac read soon, all 12 signs, with the timestamps, like the collective zodiac reads or whatever. I'm in due time. I don't know if I'm gonna do it this weekend or I'm gonna just hold off a little bit. Probably Tuesday. If I don't do it this weekend, then Tuesday. Yeah, so much love to you guys. If you guys are interested in purchasing a reading with me, booking one, getting some guidance, some clarity, if you guys have some questions, feel free to email me. My website, I will link it in the description. If you guys want to book a voice reading with me, you have to click the shop. If you want to book a phone reading with me, click the booking online section, okay, along with coaching sessions and my sound healing sessions as well. So am I still going to do the future spouse pick a card reading? Yes, I will figure out when to do that as well. So I'm going to keep that in mind. I'm just going to figure out how I want to do it. I know I want to do it, but I'm going to figure out how to do it. And like, spirit, just let me flow with it however spirit wants me to. So if I'm not on here this weekend posting and stuff like that, if I'm not led to, then definitely Tuesday and the rest of the week. So yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, I'm gonna do a poll so y'all can like leave your suggestions and how, like, you know, some things maybe I can touch on. Because typically when I do like future spouse reads, I just allow spirits to just flow. I don't ask like specific things. If I do ask specific things, it's like, what's this person's character, their personality, facial features and stuff. I don't get too hung up on that, but if it comes through, it comes through. Zodiac signs and stuff like that. If it comes through, it comes through. What type of partner are they? I typically look at stuff like that, but I'm gonna flow with it. We'll see how it goes. And I'll touch base with y'all. If not this weekend, then definitely Tuesday. Okay. So enjoy, you guys, this Friday, the rest of your evening, and I'll catch you guys when I see you. And until next time, peace.